something else. I can't remember. Something else in hydroponics. I started some lettuces and I'm about to start to cleaning out the hydroponics that had the plants that never made it to the garden so I can start my quick snack cucumbers inside and getting my salads up and running. And then I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do some yellow tomatoes or red tomatoes, those cherry tomatoes, the heirlooms from Aero Garden. I still have tons of those left over. So I'm going to start my fall, winter hydroponics is kind of my updates there. As far, oh, I did. I have another update. I actually harvested my potatoes and my onions. Never grown those before. I had them for dinner today. I harvested, cut them on
Good.
put my onions in it, threw it in the oven with some garlic, salt, and parsley. And I just had to take my mom a bowl, be like, Mom, this was from directly from my garden. So I did that with some pollo y salsa, some something Hispanic side with it, and it was just amazing. So thank you, ladies, for expanding me and learning something new this year. So that was
Good
totally
for
so
you.
excited. My daughter was out there. She's like, "Okay, Mom, let's dump out." She goes, "You missed a potato there." So it was really cool to have her out there harvesting with me and getting it all in. And so, with that, now that those beds are empty, I'm going to be um, sewing my covers for them so I don't get weeds over the winter until they're ready for next year. So, that'll be my project for it has to be for this week because I don't want any weed seeds growing up in there over the over the fall and the winter as they sit
What you
there.
sewing them out of?
We fab the gray fabric
Oh.
material. So I'm just gonna the stuff that you just put it down. I bought some outdoor UV resistant elastic, and I'm just
Mm-hmm.
gonna sew it up there and just throw so it pulls together. And if I don't get it done, I have some old um garden hose. So I didn't like the garden hose. It busted. I didn't want to fix it. So I actually saw another person actually with their earth gardens cut the hose, split it down the middle, and just use them to tuck it down on the
Mm.
sides. So then I don't have to, if I don't get to sew in it, I can at least do that. That hose has been sitting there to do that project for a year.
That
So
is
now it's
smart.
gonna finally gonna get, yeah. So I'm gonna
Oh,
finally
I'm
gonna
gonna do
go ahead
that.
and do that. Yep. In the interim, until I sew it and I do it how I really want it to look nice. But for now, I think that's probably what's gonna happen tomorrow. And I'm off tomorrow and Tuesday.
Mhm.
So I have 2 days that's gonna be just garden, 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 garden.
Got it.
Yeah,
Listen, so
garden, garden.
listen, don't be like me. You said you was gonna be like me and start going through your seeds and see what you missing. I never said that. I said I was looking at seeds that I wasted, but I'm not going through my seeds. Y'all know that's not. I say it every year and I never do it. That's how I end up with all these duplicate packets. I never do with y'all, so I'm not gonna lie to you. So don't be like me, Jacqueline. Be like you. Because when
So
she would say she gonna do it, and she be like, "Girl, I ain't going through these seeds. I'm just gonna buy what I think I need." And I'd be like, "Why do I
no,
have 4 packs?"
no, I'm too. You know how I got mine organized. I've got 6 of those containers all organized
God
by
bless you.
seeds. I can flip through it and find them. So I won't.
God
Hopefully, I
bless you.
won't duplicate too bad.
God bless you. But yeah. So thank you, Jackie. Oh, so well, we can talk about soil health when Shelly go ahead and introduce
Yes.
herself. Shelly, introduce yourself and do your garden and purchase update.
Girl, y'all got me on a tired night. So, hello to the panel, my friends. Hello to everybody in the chat.
I told them you
It-
were gonna be here.
I heard you say that. I wasn't going to
So I
correct you because
actually had gave you the night off, and you popped on anyway.
I know, I hate missing y'all. I hate missing y'all. I hate missing the people, our fans and friends in the chat.
Well, hopefully
So
Donzel will come back because you're back now.
he knew I was here. He said there. He said I
Yeah,
was
he
here.
saw it.
Like, where is Shelly?
It's great to be missed. It truly is. So yeah, I was hosting a pool party today. So I have literally been gone all day. at my sister friend's house, and we finally wrapped up. I think for sure. Oh, okay. Finally wrapped up, and I was like, oh, you know what? I was like, I should be able to make it home in enough time that I can at least get on here for the last hour. So my name is Shelly. For those who do not know me, I am the host of Shelly's Homestead Hideaway in Maryland Zone 7B. I grow in raised beds primarily, but I also have pots and planters and elevated beds, as well as SIPs, self-irrigated planters that I am growing in. And let me just say, it's been a lot this year, y'all. I'm just like, I will not be adding to my garden next year. It is so much work. My hat is off to CC and Lisa, because I'm like, it's a lot of work. It would be manageable if I wasn't working a full-time job. It would be more manageable if I wasn't running a very successful business outside of my 9-to-5 job. It would be very doable if I was not leading a walking group and doing ministry. I mean, doing all the things. Gardening is some work. And even with my husband, the hired help, here to help, it'd be a struggle. It'd be a struggle, y'all. So, what questions am I answering? Garden updates. My garden looks like trash. No cap. It looks like some trash. The ground cherries and my cucumbers, some of my eggplants, the things that I actually had in the SIPs, are not doing well. They have all been affected by, I guess, powdery mildew. And so I'm actually pulling those things up. So I'm not sad about it. I'm just going to make the best use of it and use this time to now start planting for the fall. What am I planting for the fall? I don't know yet. We'll talk about that later.
That's not your fault, because that's how squash and eggplant, that's just how they do.
Right.
This time of year, it's time to pull all that out.
Yeah. So I was just like, it is what it is. One thing I am not doing, I'm not stressing over this garden. I'm gonna tell you, I go out there, I see them hornworms out there some days, and I be looking at them, and I be like, oh, you real big. I'm gonna let you live.
Look at me, and I look at him, and he look at me, and I look at him.
I let them live. I let them live. I mean, there were a couple early on that I took care of, but these last couple of weeks, we've had so much rain. I've been so busy. I was just like, you know what? It's enough out here for everybody. So I let the hornworm live. I didn't say goodnight to the people, to all of them.
I was the same way. I got to a point where I was like, just trim off the top. Just go ahead and trim off the top.
Yes. Thank you so much, Donzel. Listen, don't be sorry about the plants. They did what they needed to do. Let me tell you, I have gotten an abundance of cucumbers, and my husband, for the sake of us not letting them go bad, has been blessing the house with some cucumber water that everybody has been loving. So, we're not sad about it. We're going to learn from the experience, and we're going to grow. So, still got watermelons out there, my Cherokee purple tomatoes, straight trash. Lisa, I was watching your video. I don't know if it was today or yesterday. And I was like, she got a 1 pound and 1/4 ounce Cherokee purple tomato.
That was probably 2.5 weeks ago.
But I just saw it. That's how busy I've been. I'm so behind on videos.
But I didn't post it until I guess Friday or sometime.
Okay.
But it's an old video, and those plants look like trash now. So don't worry about yours, because everybody's probably looking at trash.
Right. I'm not even worried about it. All I'm worried about is winning watermelon wars.
We're gonna rename this "My Garden Look Like Trash." It's gonna be the trash episode.
So let me see. Did I miss anything else that I need to update on?
We were finishing up talking about soil health. I don't know if you guys heard me inform them that my plan now is to get these weeds out of my bed and then put some silage tarps down.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that.
About soil health. What do y'all feel about the soil you have in your garden? Do you have any plans for it? Are you gonna do what you did this year? Are you gonna do something different next year? What's what?
So soil health, I feel like my soil health is actually pretty good. I have no complaints about my soil health. I definitely need to fertilize. I think y'all were talking about fertilizer. I feel like I need to fertilize more. My fig tree that had figs on it, I went out there one day and all the leaves were yellow. And I went out there like the next day and everything had fallen off the fig tree. So I was like, okay, what is it? And it's in a 5-gallon bucket. And every time I've checked it, it's been dry. I'm like, even though we've been getting inundated with rain, that bucket is not getting saturated.
That's what's happening to it. The figs in the summer need so much more water.
Yeah. But what's interesting is the fig tree that I started from, a little transplant from Lowe's that I thought was going to die. That thing is growing like crazy. It don't have any figs on it yet, but it's in a barrel. And I think because it's in a wide barrel, it's getting water. Yeah, even with the rain, it's been getting water a little more easy than the fig tree that's more mature, because it's got thick, like the stump is like this thick round, and it had lots of leaves on it, and it had several figs growing. But such is life. I this morning got up and I went out there and put the water hose in the bucket and turned it on low trickle. And I just let it go for a while. So I'm gonna check and see what the water moisture level is tomorrow.
So let's talk about. Can we talk about surface area, right? So if you're talking about the wine barrel, it's a larger surface area.
Yes,
it's going to collect more water. Whereas when you're talking about the 5-gallon bucket, not just the 5-gallon bucket, but it has leaves. So the rain is not really saturating through the leaves.
Yes,
so
exactly.
It's probably the issue. So you might end up having to
up-pot it,
change the water, or put it in a wider pot.
Yes.
Now, so sometimes they'd be like, "Oh, you can grow it." Yeah, you technically can grow almost anything in a smaller container. But if you wanted the rain to catch in it and water it, so you won't have to keep watering it, then you might have to consider a larger surface area. So that's what I'm thinking the problem was with that and why it's dry. I'm not a professional at catching water. I just play one on TV.
All right. I agree with you 100%, Rashida, because the things that are in my wine barrels, they are all doing, fine. There are some, the tomatoes, what is it? The purple tomatillos and the cream sausage tomatoes, those are in some barrels but again, I think it's because of the surface area. Those have grown up and expanded out quite a bit. And oftentimes I have come out and seen that the leaves are wilted over. So yeah, you learn. I definitely learned some things this year that I'll be doing differently next year.
Take your notes so that you remember.
That's a hard thing to do.
That's like my.
I'm gonna need the Lord to bring it back to my memory.
All right, Jacqueline, let's talk about your soil. You did. Let's talk about your soil with the self-irrigated planters. And then, were your potatoes in self-irrigated planters as well?
No, I actually did those in bags. I did those in the.
Okay, so tell us how that worked out too.
It worked out really well. They tipped over when they needed it. I didn't water them as well as I should had, because we had so much rain. So even though I didn't water as much as I should had, I had a really great. I've got at least a 10-pound bag of potatoes out of those 6. Yeah, so Like I said, I made them for dinner today, and they were absolutely scrumptious. I think they tasted better than any potatoes I've ever tasted in my life.
They had your love in them. One thing I will say about growing bags, and this is what I did last year. So my parents has this boot, what you call it? The thing you put the back door to catch the boots in the winter, so the snow won't be on the house.
Yep.
So I had those eggplants, and those bags kept drying out. Mm-hmm. So I was like, let me sit this in here, because they wasn't using it. It was outside. I went and put my bags in there. So maybe sometimes when you have bags, because they dry out, even if you get a lot of rain, because the rain goes right through the bag, especially if it starts out dry, it just go right through the bag. But if you can put something under it, or maybe have a part of the yard that holds water, put your bags there so they can still get more water. That's what I found last year.
I've put it in swimming pools before, and that worked really well.
That's what I'm just going to say. Kiddie pools. Put some bags in there.
Yeah. So, something shallow though, because y'all don't want to breed mosquitoes. Y'all don't want.
I just use this. I use them for my self-irrigated planters anyway. I use the mosquito bits, so I just throw some mosquito bits in there, and it is OMRI approved. It is organic approved, and I'll put it in there to kill them mosquitoes when they're sitting in that water too.
Awesome. So that's what we were. I was just ranting, as I've been known to do, about the internet making me mad.
We all were.
But everybody here should know, we just tell y'all what we're doing and what we've learned. You don't have to take anything we say verbatim. We're not going to bully you. We're not going to push you. We're not going to talk about you and call you out your name. Go and as my pastor say, read up on it, study it out for yourself. You gotta take my word for it. Okay.
So what works for one person may not work for the other. So
you said it right there, Shelley.
That.
Yep. Everyone's in different places, different things, different soils. You just got to check, just do it for yourself and play around with it.
And then think about it. Let's talk about microclimates. I know it's not on the list, but let's talk about microclimates. Microclimates. They would talk about it a couple of the seed time seminars I was on, and I sort of understood what they were saying, but then I didn't understand as much as I did until I started growing. You know, I'm in Michigan, and y'all I have never had a hornworm in my garden.
What?
I have never. The years I've grown tomatoes, I've never. I told my daddy, I said, I wanted some parasitic wasp to come to my garden. And he said, what's that for? I said, for hornworms. He said, you ever seen a hornworm in your garden? I was like, nope.
It's funny. I was on a chat last night, and they live in Canada, Diva in the Dirt. She lives in Canada. They don't have squash vine borers. They don't have those, and neither in California. A guy that I was watching, and he's like, we don't have squash vine borers over here. I'm like, how'd y'all get out of that? But they don't have it. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a Michigan thing, or it's my area, or maybe it's the way I'm growing. I don't know. Or what I'm growing together, or just this. I don't know. But I've never had a hornworm. But I do know that my lot, because it's a full sun lot for the most part, outside of the shade from the trees in the evening. So we get a lot of sun there. So another person may be gardening in Michigan. Like if I was gardening in my backyard, I have a lot of high trees in my backyard, and then the shadow from the house, and it doesn't get full sun but for a few hours a day. And so when I tried to grow potatoes back there last year, them potatoes was trash. And when I mean trash, them things was in that ground for a long time, and they ain't get but this big. Because they need to been over there where they were the year before on this front porch. So, microclimates, even around your house, different things do better in different spots. And so we learn a lot there. So what's the next topic? hard neck and soft neck garlic. That came up because somebody mentioned garlic in the chat. And I grew hard neck. All hard neck the year I grew garlic. But I didn't grow garlic this year. I'll be growing garlic.
We do soft neck down here in the South.
Soft neck. And then Jacqueline, you did. What'd you say you did?
I've done neither, so I'm just gonna be the first time doing garlic. So that's why I was like, let's talk about it.
You said you're going to do garlic.
Yeah, I'm going to do garlic. So I'm in the newbie stage for all the new stuff.
I think you can do either or. I think you guys can eat both, right?
I did do both, but we're not going to talk about what happened to most of my garlic.
But I think sometimes when you're in a state like Virginia or you're sort of like in the middle South, the middle North, you can do both. And so the thing with I think a soft neck garlic is an automatic thing. It's going to grow when it gets, once it get cold and warm up, come the temperatures going to grow, then it's going to split the bulbs on the clove of garlic, the cloves on the bulb of garlic, whichever way it goes, whichever word go where, y'all know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. It's going to make small pieces. And then with your hard neck garlic, it's like you're going to grow it and you're going to get your scapes when it tries to do the flower for the second year. Cut the scape off, it's going to split, and then you're going to get your bulb of garlic with all your different cloves. There it is.
There you go.
So in my mind, I'm like, that don't even sound right. Am I saying that backwards? But anyway, so you have two options.
For storage purposes, which one do I is it hard neck that you do for storage purposes or soft neck?
I think you can store both.
You can store both.
I grow hard neck, so I don't know. I don't think I've ever grown.
I store soft neck.
Do they store as long as your hard neck?
Well, I never grew hard neck, so I don't know.
Oh, that's
because whatever ones I have that I store, those are ones I put right back out in November or October, whatever, and I stick it back in the ground. So
yeah. So my problem is I had a bountiful harvest of garlic, both soft neck and hard neck.
Okay.
However, I really don't have space to adequately store it, and so it was sitting in the garage for way longer than it should have, and a lot of the garlic started going bad.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I lost quite a bit of my garlic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
but
Savon says you can grow in Virginia 6 and 7. You can do soft neck and hard neck.
Mm-hmm.
Garlic.
And you can freeze garlic, right? Just like you would onion.
You can. But I read that when you freeze garlic, it becomes more
bushy,
bitter or something. They were saying. I was like, I never noticed it, but okay, whatever.
Y'all just reminded me that I peeled some garlic and it's actually sitting in the refrigerator.
You can
because I was getting rid of what went bad, and my plan was to dice it up and put it in some ice cube trays or water, however, and freeze it. Yeah.
I did some. I diced some garlic up and put it in oil. You buy the jars with the garlic and oil, and I just put them in one. I have the glass container with the plastic top with the vents. I push the air out, vent it, and put it in the refrigerator. I messed that up, and then you can store your whole garlic in oil as well.
Yeah, I do.
So, there's different ways you can store it and keep it.
So the whole clove.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Because I actually just recently started taking whole garlic cloves and dicing them up and swallowing it like pills, because y'all notice I ain't coughing as much.
Hallelujah.
You can also do that with honey, to put your cloves in some honey. And some people put it in the refrigerator. Other people just put it in a dark cabinet. And whenever you need to, just take one of them cloves out and eat it.
Yeah. Well, I'll swallow it. I'm not going to chew the raw garlic, but
it's sweet with honey.
Yeah, I hear you, Cynthia. But anywho, the long story, the short story is that I went to the pulmonary specialist, and all my coughing and whatnot, it's my allergies. And so I've had to change my allergy regimen, and so it's helping.
Hallelujah. Mix it up and make pucks and then use that for cooking. Yep, you can.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things you can do with your garlic. You can make what they call it on the cooking YouTube garlic. You know, cut it up, put it in a jar with some oil.
Oh. Okay.
Now I'm gonna tell you now just to put drizzle some oil, like cut a garlic in half or third of it off and put it in the oven and let it roast.
Mm-hmm.
That's some good eating.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's a lot you can do with garlic. So I'm excited for your garlic experience. I grew garlic and had a success the first time, and I'm so excited. And I still have some garlic, y'all, because I never got it.
And it don't need that much attention when it's growing. I mean,
it does not.
It does not. I will be planting it again.
Yeah.
Yes, I was thinking all the containers that I just took my onions out of would probably make great containers to just go ahead and throw my garlic in.
Yeah. Thank you, El Triple G.
As long as you got.
No, you need to plant that garlic deep.
I'm gonna tell you what I had to do. So let me tell Jacqueline, because she wasn't here for that. So I ordered my garlic from In My Gardener.
Mm-hmm.
It was cheap. It were like $3 a head of garlic, something like that. So I ordered.
That's what you want to call cheap,
huh?
Was
it $3? Maybe was it $3? Anyway,
it probably was. They be charging a lot of money for garlic.
It might have been $3. Either way, I ended up with 50-something cloves when I broke those. Or maybe it was was it a pound or a quarter? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I paid it, whatever it was. But anyway, I know with like 20 of one and something of other. But he gave this ingredient. So I mean the instructions. So that's what I did. I dug my hole. I put my fertilizer in each hole so they could be fed when the spring comes. I put the garlic in, pointy side up, buried it. God bless it, right? I came home one day to look at my garden and the short bed. My garlic was sitting on top of the bed. I said, what? I was so mad. When I tell y'all the kind of mad that was on the inside of me, because I'm like, what dug up my garlic? They didn't eat it. They just dug it up. And when I started looking online, like, what digs up garlic, blah, 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 they was like, like it was a squirrel. And this is what they said. They said squirrels will sit and watch you plant your stuff. And when you leave, they're going to go and dig it up to see if it's something they want. And they said, now, people was like, well, if they do that to me, I'll do this. It's like, you don't want to pick a fight with no squirrel. They was like, squirrels are smart and you don't want to pick a fight with no squirrel. And I said, well, I'm not going to kill the squirrel and I'm not about to pick a fight with him. So I buried my garlic again and I took my insect netting and put it over the bed and held it down with some, weighted it down. Mm-hmm. So if something got in there, they had to work for it. So that's how I protected my garlic that first year. So that's just I was like, listen, I had to go through and say, wait a minute, what happened?
So Jacqueline, are you streaming live?
I just did. Someone just asked me. Yeah, I just did.
Okay.
I came in just thinking about my chickens because I think I'm missing a chicken, so my brain's still, and I'm waiting for my daughter to get home and I look for
another one.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. My brother came and he gifted me his chicken coop. And I don't know between moving the coop to put it in, if I lost one then. So I'm out in the dark because my daughter had said, Mom, put him in before we leave. I was like, oh no, it'd still be bright enough by the time I get home from church. Well, no, it's dark. So I was out there counting and I'm waiting for her to come down and count again. And if I lost another one, I think I'm going to be really heartbroken this time.
Listen, they named them chickens food. If you ain't eating them, somebody else.
Yeah, Fox is probably eating it right now.
No. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So you're gonna plant garlic this year. Have you looked at any types? Are you buying garlic? Are you just going to the store to get some garlic?
I'll probably do M.I. Gardner. He always does good deals. So I'll do something.
And now somebody, after I planted my garlic, I watched another video and they were like, you see these little cloves? I don't plant those because all you're gonna do is get a little bulb of garlic.
You don't know that.
I put all of mine in there, right?
Yeah.
And that garlic, the smallest one, still produce a decent size bulb of garlic. Oh my God, it don't have to be like the biggest my head. I'm like, what am I gonna do with it? Throw it away or eat it?
There again. People on their
I mean, if your goal is to grow the biggest heads, if you're selling it, then I guess that could be your theory. I'm not gonna put a small one in, but I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna put it all in the ground and see what we get.
Javon, you're right. Little garlic is still garlic. You can still eat it.
Yeah. So that was garlic. I grew 3 types of garlic. They're all German. I'm assuming German. Matechi, Ivan.
Good night, Cricket Peach.
And something else. I don't know. Sweet potato slips is house plants. So I know I grew them different. I bought them sweet potato slips. I had purple sweet potatoes and this other type of sweet potatoes, whatever. You need a 5-pound bulb to be set. I don't need a 5.
He don't need a 5-pound bulb to be satisfied.
He don't need it.
I don't need a 5-pound bulb to be. What you gonna do with all that garlic? Listen, people make me sick. I keep telling y'all, these guys beautiful people. But I put that sweet potato slip thing on there because I bought those slips last year and grew those potatoes, right? Mm-hmm. We never got around to eating the potatoes. And then I was sick. They were here in the box on the shelf in the dark. And they're still in that box on the shelf. No, not on that shelf, but they're still in the box. And they have slips growing out of it.
Wow.
So now I'm like, do I want to pitch those? Or do I want to just take these slips and see if I can keep them as a house plant until next year?
I was
keep them in water like hydroponics until
she said that's how she grow her slips. You just let them grow off the potato, and then she takes it off. And I don't know. She said she stick it in water just to get the roots, and then she plant it.
I did it both ways last year.
All of that, trying to stick a whole potato in the water and get slips. They will grow.
Well, I do grow my slips from a whole potato, but I don't put it in the water. I just put it halfway in the soil and let the slips grow.
Yeah,
I did that last year, y'all. I'm trying to say last year, but my mind 24 and 25 was running together. So it was last year. I did that last year. So when the one slip that I tried to start at home before I bought the slips, when they finally started coming up on the potato, some of them I just took and some of them I put in water to get roots, and some of them I just took off the potato and put in the ground just to see if they would still make root. And they did.
Mm-hmm.
So
y'all, I'm hungry. Let me go get something to eat.
Yeah, I'm hungry too. I've been trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat. But anyway, go ahead.
Now the jar method the water jar method has been my success. I've tried doing it in the ground. I tried to do it with the half soil. I tried to do it with just the air. And no, the water jar is my way, and that's how I grow my sweet potato slips. And
that's what I'm going to do too, Miss Cece. Yep,
that works for you, and that's what you do.
Well, because I wanted y'all's opinion, because I'm like, if I leave them potatoes in the box, they just gonna keep making slips. Will they get me through to next spring? Or do I need to take them slips and put them in some water and let them vine out, or do I put them in some soil and just let them grow in the house until
I know that Harvey container gardener, she said that when her last of her potato, when she was taking her sweet potatoes out, she took them slips and she grew them just like house plants inside, in some water, and just let them vine. So then all she had to do was cut them and put them out for the next year. But I just don't have no space to have vines all running everywhere.
Well, that's the thing. If I put them anywhere, they'll be in this front window. But I also know in the winter, this front window gonna get cold. So growing them in the house plant, I would have to set up somewhere that's gonna get some kind of light. That's not gonna get cold. Yeah. So I might just leave the potatoes in there.
They ain't gonna grow.
I might just leave the potatoes in that box as long as they don't stink and start, doing something funky. Just let them sit in the box until next spring and pull them slips right on off them potatoes. I don't know. It's my experiment. Listen, I'm assuming this is blessed. I don't know. Blessed. I don't know if it's blessed or blessed.
Blessed.
Anyway, blessed. Good evening. God bless each and every one of you ladies, because I'm getting tips from y'all. I went crazy. Now I barely have walking room on my porch. LOL. I planted myself out of space. I'm glad that we could contribute to your problem. But listen, that would have been me. You know what I'm saying? Last year, I had potatoes on my porch. I had strawberries on my porch. I don't know what else I had on my porch, but I had stuff on my porch, right? So, and that's how our gardens grow. We plant. We hear about something, we plant that, and then we be like, well, I'm gonna plant this too. GT helps you find your chicken. Guy named Chevelle says that's how I did my sweet potatoes in the soil for slips. They still grow without putting it in water for roots. Yes, they still do. And I thought about that, and somebody said it, and I don't think they meant anything detrimental by it, but they said sometimes we do a lot to start our garden, but nature don't even do half the stuff we doing.
I know. I mean, volunteer plants is the one that be out. I'm like, really? If I tried to grow this ground cherry, it wouldn't work. Volunteer one comes up out of the dirt and
you baby it, and you trying to water it. It's nice, baby. I need you to grow. Mama wants some greens this year. It won't. But let it plant itself outside of that pot in the middle of your garden, middle of your grass, and that mug gonna grow strong. Good
roots. Crack somewhere, and then it's a whole tomato plant. Really?
Oh my goodness. The water jar is on a whole nother level in Asia. They take pride in water jar gardening.
I like water jar gardening.
Asia. Okay.
I'm assuming that's hydroponics in the jar.
Yes.
Bro, I left mine in the box in the garage and they kept growing. Sleeps, no water. Slips, no water. Thank you, Ruth Kelly. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna just go slide them back on the shelf, the bottom shelf in there, and forget about them.
Yep.
Forget about it.
That's what I did. You remember I started mine in the jar last year. Well, earlier this year, and it wasn't growing. He's like, Jacqueline, just put it in the window, forget about it. And then I forgot about it, and I went, and then all of a sudden I have a 1 foot slip growing because I forgot about it. So you're right.
But that's how mine were. I went in there and I was like, okay, and they not growing. Let me go order some slips, and I'll put them in that garden window and close the curtain.
Yeah.
Now, if one slip gets just like so long, can you cut it at some point?
Yeah,
what I did.
You have to have a node. The node where the leaves grow out of it. If you have a node on that, you can cut almost at every node and grow out of it. Yep. So I saw, what's that baby name? T from, is it Miss T's garden?
Oh, Miss T with the T.
T's. Anyways,
beauty.
It'll come to me. She down south somewhere. She just built a greenhouse. Her and her husband this year, she sort of cut back. They got the little fire pit in the middle with the gravel of the yard. She got daughters.
Mm-hmm.
What is that girl name?
That's Beauty and Beauty in the Garden.
Beauty in the Garden.
Oh,
Beauty in the Garden.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
what about?
So she takes hers, and when I tell you, she cuts every leaf off that thing when she takes it out. When she goes to reap. Yeah, when she go to harvest her potatoes,
Mhm.
she cut those vines and she takes all the leaves off and then she cuts them down. So she'll have her slips for the next year.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons I was like, you know, I probably could just and you know, if you cut them down that low and put them somewhere dark, if you ain't doing nothing with them.
Yeah.
Hey, oh, my brother's here. Hey, brother. Yeah, Ruth Kelly, I got it. When I said sleeps, I'm like, sleeps? No, slips. Yeah. I could grow some sleep too, though, because, girl.
That's what I'm fitting to do as soon as we get off of here.
Girl, listen. So sweet potato nose clipping. So that was what I wanted to ask y'all. That's why I add that in there. So we talked about next year, fall and winter seed starting. Y'all done already talked about that. But who's investing in some more grow lights, different grow lights? Are you happy with the grow lights you already have? Those of us that are starting seeds for the fall/winter. That would be you, Cynthia and Lisa. Ain't nobody growing nothing fall and winter. I don't think Jacqueline said she was starting any.
You want to go, Lisa?
Y'all looking
You go ahead because you've done more than I have.
Well, I've been getting a lot of product reviews for hydroponics, and so I've been like, "Yep, I'll take that one." Yep, because you know they are different, and I'll stack up on them. I'll take one of my daughters, the other. Everybody will have a hydroponic in their house. Be like, don't say you can't grow nothing. Here you go. Put the seeds in there. You know, you can do it with your app. You ain't even, you know. And so yeah, I do have grow lights. I don't know if I'm actually even going to use like my the grow lights I have because I'm been, like I said, getting more hydroponic units. But as they get bigger, it only goes to a certain height. And so then I will be probably pulling out the lights and stuff. So
I ordered some grow lights and I sent them back. Because I bought some shop lights and I sent them back because I bought the wrong thing. They were just the 2 lights with the end.
Yeah.
But they didn't have a top. And where I wanted to put them needed the top. But then they also wanted the right size for the shelf I wanted to use. And then the shelf I wanted to use was not available for me to do the seeds. And y'all know it was the whole thing. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to be bothered. Give me my money back. I'll do it again next year.
Yeah, I have shop lights.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I was like, get my money back. Yeah. That was this year.
Miss Linda, Sweet Tomato Vine. She did a product review for Vigo. It was a grow shelf with lights and everything. I think it's only like 2 feet wide, but it's really nice. I like that setup. And I think it has 3 or 4 shelves. It's really nice.
You got what? No, what was the name of it?
The Vigo.
It's a Vigo grow shelf, and it came with lights and stuff. But I mean, like, you don't have to have lights to start seeds, but it helps to speed up the process. You know, help them to germinate faster, and it just helps. And I have a product review to do as soon as I can go ahead and start my seeds for a grow light. And but if you can find some good shop lights, they work fine.
I got my first shop lights at Walmart.
Yeah.
Just
I got my shop lights off Facebook Marketplace and they work. They're 4-foot ones. I have them on a wire shelf.
Yep.
and I
Yeah.
just put books underneath it, and that's how I raise it.
Yep.
Raise my plants
Yeah.
up and down on it.
Mhm.
And my big mistake this year, I try to be smart. Well, I try to be lazy, I'm gonna be honest, and try to keep everything in hydroponics and then try to plan it out. But I have figured out that I do have to up pot. So what do you think? Yeah, I'm just gonna up pot this year, break out the lights. I ended up finding 2 on Facebook Marketplace for free. Someone else was getting rid of them, and then someone was getting rid of lights. And you don't have to have fancy grow lights just to start them, right? You only need the fancy spectrum lights if you're going to keep them inside. If it's just to get them going until you get them outside, just plain shop lights is all you need. You don't need the fancy
Yep.
shop lights.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about all these different colors. If you use the right red, the
No.
right blue, the white.
No, the plant is still growing. It just need light.
It just
You
needs
know?
light. If you're going to keep it inside, then you
Good
need all
bright
these
light.
colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not keeping it inside. We're just starting them to get them outside so the Lord can get all the right light colors they need outside.
Right.
All right. So nobody's buying any lights for next year or the next grow season.
Nope. I've got
You
everything I
happy
need.
with what you got?
I'm gonna use the lights that I have.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use the light God gave me next spring.
And y'all know if some may have heard me talk about my grow light setup, I have some lights set up on a rack, but I think I'm most proud of my grow lights that I have hanging in my living room bay window that I hung from shower curtain rods. And that way, like Jacqueline talked about putting her stuff, putting books to raise her stuff up, I'm able to raise my lights up as the plants grow taller. So you just gotta make things work for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes they'll come with the chains.
Mhm.
And if you go on a wire shelf, then you can lower the light or
Right.
raise it up or whatever you need it.
What was
So I think the only thing I'll be investing in is in wire shelving, and I'll probably pick those up, on Facebook Marketplace. Someone
For
be getting rid of on a 4-foot. Someone be getting rid of a 4-foot shelf, a wire shelf, and I'll pick it up for probably $20-$30 instead of
Right.
Or free.
or free. So that's probably the only thing I'll probably really invest. It's more shelving since I got all those shop lights for free.
I'm thinking the only year I started seedlings with some success is when I started them outside. I started them and put them outside on the front porch. That sun is going to be there for a little while. And so right now I'm just thinking I need protection.
GTR Junior,
Because even though the sun is going to be out in the spring,
Mhm.
it's Michigan. And I just told y'all about this swing we having here in August. Can you imagine the swings we having in March and April of next year? But I still had a decent amount of success. And so
Go ahead.
I was gonna say another thing. I need to know that some things I don't need to put outside in that cold weather, like the watermelon seeds. I need to start them inside, and it's April is too early. Okay, so now that I know that certain things can germinate in cooler temperatures and certain things can't, then I know I ain't got to plant everything all at this, because that's what I was doing, y'all. I was supposed to do that week by week, every 2 weeks, and I was like, nope, I'm doing them all at once.
Right. That's how I did with my tomato plants, and I will not be doing that.
I'm gonna do them all at once. Let me tell you what, I ain't doing that no more.
I am succession planting my fall stuff out as they get a certain height in one hydroponic. I start dropping the seeds in another one because it doesn't take as long in hydroponics. So I'm doing it like that. I just planted my first ones out there. I have some other ones that's like this small, and then I just dropped seeds the other day for the next one, so they can keep rotating them out slowly.
Yeah, I wanted to comment. I put GT's comment up there about the spider light, because I'm assuming GT, you're talking about the light where it's like the 3 little arms that come off. And so I actually agree with you on that, because I used some spider lights on some trays that I had on my dining room table, and they definitely did not grow as well as having a full light over them.
Mhm.
I have to agree with them. Most of the reviews I've seen from real gardeners, like Miss Cece would say that the spider plants lights don't work
What
well.
classifies somebody as a real gardener?
Yeah, I had typed the whole thing. I was like, Cece just on attention today. See,
Hey,
this
somebody
is
else said the same thing I said.
Let's talk about Cynthia. Let's talk about Cynthia.
Out
No,
there
hold on.
that I'm
gonna
not the
meet you
only
in a
thing
minute.
like that.
Hold on. Let me tell you something about Cynthia. Cynthia will mute that chat when we get on her nerves. But if ain't nobody in that chat talking and Cynthia feel like she needs some attention, she gonna say something crazy and off the wall. That
exactly.
she know that I'm gonna be like, if you don't shut your mouth. And that,
Right. I was like,
I typed the whole thing and I said, you know what? I'm not doing that because that's what she wants. And I'm going about my business. Oh, but Shelly had time because Shelly was like, shut up. I think she just want attention. Just say, hey y'all, I'm lonely. Y'all need y'all to talk to me. Just say that.
She put that old garbage video
I don't
in the
need
chat.
no mean the people.
She had done all her gardening
nobody.
and she was in, and so she was ready to be chatty.
She was like, let me just stir the pot a little bit.
Girl, I'm like, no, girl, listen. So I'm like, Cynthia need a hug. So when she come to Maryland, y'all hug Cynthia for me.
We're not
Now, when I hug
her.
Ricky, you gotta hug her tight. That's that hug, and you gotta rock her a little bit and start praying. Y'all hug her. Y'all get her. Before you know it, she gonna be crying and talking about some. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Listen,
I need y'all.
We're gonna bring the praying oil and all.
Gonna do it. Gonna do it. Anoint her up.
We're gonna come back a changed gardener.
Oh,
blessed.
This is August, right? We're talking about August here in a few weeks, right?
Yes,
Okay.
right.
They've been having cold snaps in Massachusetts. Listen, I can see that. And the slow Joe melon growth. I am getting discouraged at this point. Listen, this is what I've decided about melons. I need to start early, and you have to start with something that grows quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so sorry because I can't do nothing about your discouragement, but should I leave them or pull them? I don't
Can you cover them?
You need
ask
to
her if she can cover them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look how much time you got. Can you cover them? Yep. Can you put not just cover them like with a frost cover, but maybe even a plastic one, not like a little greenhouse
like a frost cloth,
or something to keep them warm. Cover them at night, and
or just grow. I don't know what kind of watermelons they trying to, or melons, or is it melons?
Yeah, what type of melons, Blessed? Tell
because
us.
if you're trying to do watermelons, if you're in an area that gets cold quicker, go with the sugar baby. Go with shorter time.
Bruce Kelly, you keep talking about these winter jugs, and I don't know. But I'm glad they
have winter sowing. Winter sowing.
Yeah. Oh, winter sowing.
Winter sowing.
I'm like, what winter jug? I'm thinking of a ceramic jug. Yeah, I'm like,
winter sowing. Winter sowing.
Talking about. Y'all know I'm slow sometimes.
Sometimes.
Shut up.
Sister-in-law.
I'm sorry. You threw that one out there, and I couldn't resist it.
Mustang grapes. I didn't tell you about my grapes. Them leaves look so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Them leaves on my grapes look so sad. They look so good. At one point, I told them the other day, I'm like, I don't even know.
Listen, hold on. You see, your brother said the same thing I said. Sometimes
that's because he up there with his wife. But when I see him, I can chop him in. I'm gonna chop him in his neck. He ain't that tall. That I can't reach up there and say. So what is going on? Y'all, me and my mouse is fighting.
I don't know, but y'all, I'm sleepy.
Yeah, look, I kept looking at the cloud like, oh Lord. Cece killed it. Girl, let me tell you what she gonna do. She gonna unalive a snake.
But I didn't do it to this one.
And they ain't gonna send
I was gonna say the one that I saw it was dead already, right?
Huh?
That one that you kept raking, because I saw that recently too. It was already dead.
Yeah, it was stuck in my netting because it was trying to get in my garden. It was in my garden. It was water moccasin. So yeah,
girl.
It was a long one too.
He said he ain't scared.
All
But
right.
yeah, that's why I love having that. That netting is for deer.
Thank you,
It's for
Thank you,
Angela.
cousin Angela.
anything. It keeps them out of there, and they get tangled in it when they try to get through
Okay,
there.
Blessed has canary, sugar babies, yellow petite, Kajari, tiger, Saka
Ooh.
sweet,
Israel Mel.
and Israel melon, and
We got
early
all the
silver.
smaller
Listen,
ones.
you smelling it up over there in the Massachusetts. Listen, Tony, go
Okay.
get you some cover. Go get you some frost cover and cover your plants
Yeah.
at night.
Okay. Yeah.
And then make sure it gets sun in the daytime. You just got to treat it like it's fall or winter in the cold snaps.
Yeah.
Good news. My daughter just came home, counted the chickens. We have 9.
Yay!
Yay.
Good.
Since your status quo. But if it had went, I'm gonna say all chickens go to heaven because that's where the saints eat chicken. So I'm saying,
You feel like you're in heaven when you eat it.
they gonna have chicken. Look, if we don't have no, what y'all having at the church? And I said, why y'all keep asking these people that they having chicken? If it's chicken salad, baked chicken, roasted chicken, fried chicken, it's chicken.
Chicken with a side chicken.
All right, fermented grape jelly, fermented grape juice.
Good.
Yeah, all right. The people are
Yes.
happy you call your baby.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. I have some tarp. I will cover them. Thanks. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have a good investment in melons. I
Yeah,
don't think you
yeah.
should let them go. You're gonna have to fight
Yeah.
for them babies.
Cover them
You're
things.
gonna
I would
fight for
cover
them.
'em. Yep.
All right, y'all. That's the last topic.
That was it.
That is the last. I think so. Let me see. Yeah,
I'm so
grow
glad
light.
I made it
Yeah.
on.
No lights.
I'm glad you made it
did,
on.
Colin.
I'm glad you made it on. I am a hungered.
Mm.
We had
It was
an
good to see you
amazing
last
time.
weekend. It was
Huh?
so good to see you last weekend. And
It
feed
was.
real good.
Hey, I think my mullen are taking root.
They are good.
I think they're doing good. And I still got one sorrel to plant. So for those of you who don't know, Jacqueline and I had an event that we attended together last weekend, and she brought me 3 mullen plants and 2 sorrel plants. And I immediately went home and planted the mullen and one of the sorrel. So I still got one to plant. But I hope I get some sorrel because they don't come back each year, right?
It depends on your weather. I thought.
Mm-mm.
You know,
They're annual. You have to
Okay.
plant them each year.
I would say I would love some mullen.
I will get it.
I would pay
I would
for the
love
shipping and the handling. I mean, I am on a budget, but if you do it around
I will mail.
sometime around the 15th, let me know.
You can
I need to
just,
get to the post
when we
office.
pick up, you can just give
I
me
would
one
love some
mullen,
mullen.
there.
All right, I'm off tomorrow. I will make it a priority to make it to the post office tomorrow. I mean, I've got it growing everywhere. I mean, I have it growing in the cracks of my sidewalk. Like that's how much.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like
put that root in
everywhere.
a little soil, wet up a little soil, putting that plastic bag tied up, put the
Everywhere.
box to ship it on. I'll take it. All right, wonderful. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you every time you show up because we know time is precious, time is short, and we thank you. And even though time is short, life is short. So I hope you made Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior. If you have not, you can do that anytime. All right. You don't got to wait for Sunday. All right. You ain't got to wait for Monday. You got to wait for the preacher. You can do that. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Okay.
Catch it.
That confess with your mouth, believe in your heart, the Lord Jesus, you shall be saved. All right. That's salvation. Now, the other stuff come later, but we just got to do the main thing. And then we're going to let the Lord lead you into the rest of the thing. Okay. So thank y'all for being here. Thank you for your time, your liberality. Thank you for going to each channel and liking our videos for those that are streaming on their channels and your comments on the channels. We appreciate you. I know L-Triple-G did theirs. I know some others did theirs as well. Can't call all their names, but we appreciate you. Appreciate you ladies for being here. It's good to see your smiling faces on this platform. We'll be back on August the 17th because we were thinking it was the 24th, and I'm like, I ain't gonna be here 24th. Cynthia like, I ain't either. I'm like, but the 17th,
24th. I think I got something going on the 24th.
Yeah, the 17th we will be back. here talking about the garden. If there's any particular topics you want us to talk about, y'all email one of us or all of us or me. Email me at rmbrundage@gmail.com. That's rmbrundige@gmail.com. It is in the, I think it is. I looked and thought it was. And anyway, email me. All right. So anything else anybody has to say before I close this out?
Nope. Thank you. Have an
Thank you.
amazing week on purpose.
All right. So y'all be blessed. Just know that you are blessed. You're highly favored. You're the apple of your Father's eye. He is absolutely and positively concerned about you. He thinks that you are the best thing to slice bread. You can cast your cares upon him and know that God cares for you and that he loves you with an everlasting love, and there's nothing and nothing you can do about it. All right. Y'all be blessed. See y'all next time.
Good night.